So the big question that is at hand is, will Season 3 save Modern Warfare 2? That is the biggest question. And it's actually quite pitiful that we've reached a state that we're not actually hyped for, oh, the fantastic game is going to get even better. No, we're discussing, will it save the game? Because players count is dropping, people are abandoning the game, and the short answer to will it save the game is no, of course not. It will not. Sure not. And there are two main reasons for that. The first reason is the game, the publisher, and the development team itself. And the other reason lies in the gaming community, or the gaming market, if you will, itself. I will explain later. But for now, I want to say a huge thank you. 500 plus subs right now. I'm extremely proud of that, especially a small YouTuber as I am. And the grind is hard, but I'm extremely proud of all you guys. Extremely proud of all the comments and interaction we have. I'm trying to read everything and respond as much as possible. So thank you. If you're new here, drop that like, subscribe, be part of the family. Everybody's welcome here. So now back to the lecture at hand. Will it save the game? No. Two reasons. Activision, publisher, and the developer and the game itself, and the franchise and the state it's in. And on the other side, the gaming industry, as I told you. Now, the other day I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and he said, Modern Warfare 2 is a success because the financial results. That is extremely narrow-minded, extremely one-dimensional, because yes, of course, $1 billion in the first few days. They will most likely top 1.5 billion over a year. That's a tremendous success. But the success of the first billion is not because of the promises being capped and the expectations that have been set were met and proven to be right. No, they lied to the consumers. We were supposed to have the most advanced Call of Duty that had a unprecedented level of support. Well, eventually it has an unprecedented level of life support. And that life support is you. You need to spend your hard-earned dollars on this game. And they will do anything to do that. Eventually they just slapped Modern Warfare 2 on a box. And eventually it's got nothing to do with this whole universe. Yes, the single player had the characters, but where's the content that is resembling what we had? Why didn't it release with 13 maps, unique new content, and maybe 5 iconic Modern Warfare 2 maps? Where's Terminal? Those kind of things. So the first thing is that this game is not living up to expectations. It's not the first time that Activision and its developers are lying to us in hyping the game and eventually giving an unfinished game. They even were silent for the first 5-6 months. They had no post-content strategy for us. So eventually we got shoot, ship, and shipment. That's just being lazy. They didn't know what to do, so just pour that out. That's absolutely freaking lazy. We got one new map that's not even the best map that we've seen, and we finally get some new content. But the new content we're now getting with Season 3 can be divided into two categories. Again, one is too little too late, and the other one is what Activision and its developers are known for: overpromise and underachieve. Now, let's get into this Season 3 roster, or what we're going to get. DMZ is dead. It's dead on arrival, right? Nobody plays it, so they're trying to pour out the newest. They're trying to pour out the last drop of dollars out of this gaming. They're not even mentioning it here, but if you go to the shop and the store, you can buy bundles that will give you a disproportional advantage over other people. You will spawn with UAVs, you will spawn with medium backpacks, you will spawn eventually with bigger guns from the get-go. That's horseshit. Nobody plays it. If you want to play a game like this, go play Escape from Tarkov or something like that. Doesn't make any freaking sense. I'm not interested in skins and those kind of things. I'm interested in new, meaningful content that are actually bringing me back toward the playability. And those are maps, and those are things to do, things to grind for. Now, if you're looking at Warzone, that's even the biggest pile of shit, because everybody's walking away from that. People went back to Warzone 1, which actually was in a fine state when it was abandoned, and they even brought back Rebirth from the Resurgent map to just keep people into the Call of Duty franchise, because people are abandoning this game. And eventually the most advanced Call of Duty 2.0 should suggest that we're getting new, strong, meaningful content that is better than what we had. It took the foundation. It should be better than what we had. It wasn't. They're even reverting back now to Warzone 1. Why? The Gulag 2v2 is now 1v1. We already had that. The way they loot in the game, where you loot in the game, is exactly what we had in the past. So they changed that back as well. So there are a lot of things in Warzone, and now also with that one-shot sniper, they're going back to what it used to be. For the good, don't get me wrong. I think the changes are absolutely good, but it's too little, too late. People already abandoned the game. So they will not come back easily. Keeping gamers in, keeping people attached to your community is not that easy. You need to take them seriously. You need to keep your promises. You need to update your game, and you need to change the game if the community wants that. But the core is meaningful content, unique, meaningful content. And that's not what we got with this game again. Now, if you're looking at Blackcell, the premium battle pass upgrade, that's the biggest middle finger that Activision is giving to you. Don't buy this. $30. The game was $80. This is about 45% of your initial buy, and what you get is nothing more than skins. It's come on, you don't want to walk around with that shit. Everybody can see that you're freaking loser spending $30 on something that nobody asked for. Come on, is this actually what you want to do for this developer? I'm not shying away from paying for content. The only game where I'm buying skins for an operator is Rainbow Six Siege. Why? Because this developer, the community behind it, are actually investing time and effort and roadmaps and having strong communication. I might not like everything they do, but they're trying to live up to what the community is wanting for, and they're building a community and maintaining that as well. So the game is out since 2015, and it's still relevant. They're still pouring out meaningful, unique content to that game that actually makes sense. So then I would love to spend my dollars on a developer and a publisher because they're actually good for the community. This is not being good. You're delivering a turd, and then you're going to ask extra money for an extra turd. So why would you do that? So if we're looking at the 6v6, because that is actually what Call of Duty is all about. Call of Duty is a run and gun arcade type of shooter. It's shouldn't be having skill-based matchmaking in casual play. So, but now we're finally getting a Lighthouse and Black Gold and Sativa Cave Complex on a battle map and another battle map, and there's something coming mid-season. So got some gunfights going on finally. It's fine, but it's too little too late. People already moved on, and to be fair, those night maps with night visions, it never worked, in Call of Duty, so it will not work here as well. So it's fine that they call it 6v6, but they need to go back to that 3-lane type of things. Go back to what you were doing really good and optimize that. They're trying to be the jack of all trades, but they're mastering absolutely none right now. 3,000 deaths, 1,000 deaths on single player, 1,000 deaths on Warzone, 1,000 deaths on 6v6. Then you can release the game with 12, 13, maybe even 14 maps, and then also extra include 5 remake maps of Modern Warfare 2. Then you will have a strong beginning. All these maps, all this content should have been in there from the start. Full stop. Whether you like the content or not, but it should have been there from the start. And now we're getting things like Infected. That's not new, meaningful content. We already knew that. We had that. There's nothing in here that is exceptionally new and should be jaw-dropping in terms of, this will bring me back. The maps are not that great, so there is nothing to do. So if we're looking at, that's the first reason, the publisher, the developers, they screwed up big time for the last years. They lied to the community, made promises it never met, it set expectations that proven to be wrong, and also the post-launch strategy is absolutely horrible, let's say non-existent. So the second reason why this franchise is struggling is because the gaming market has changed. It's not the time anymore of Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 even, which is being considered one of the better one of the best in the franchise. We have a lot of competition now. People move on extremely quickly. People have got other things to do very quickly. So if you're not on top of your game, because Call of Duty used to be the uncrowned king of the hill, it gave direction to the first-person shooter market. It showed where the rest needed to go, and everybody needed to keep up. But that tide is turning. That ship is turning, because I've been playing Battlefield 1. Jeez, I enjoyed it. It's one of the better Battlefields. That's my opinion. The whole atmosphere, the graphics, the way it plays. Battlefield 5, they changed it for the good. There was a lot of backlash. They changed it for the good. It's fun to play now. Battlefield 2042, yesterday, I had so much fun with that. It's actually made the choices that the community want. It's changed the game for the good. It's on top of it. It's not an annual release cycle. So they have got time to adapt and to change and to make it better. I'm enjoying Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War more than this. I'm enjoying Rainbow Six Siege a lot because I'm highly competitive and I like the game. And that's where I want to see skill-based matchmaking, by the way. And we're getting a new contestant in town, X-Defiant, from Ubisoft. And this can actually be a game changer and an actual danger for Call of Duty. One, it's free to play, so you can buy it, and they're relying on in-game currency and in-game spend, which is fine. That could be working. Second of all, old Call of Duty developers are in there. Second, Jack Frax made a video about it the other day, and he also said this really feels like that old Call of Duty movement, and there even seems that there is no skill-based matchmaking in the casual play, in the ranked play for sure, but not in the skill-based matchmaking. Yes, it's different in style, but it seems to feel like what we're all searching for. So that can be a game changer, an actual danger to Call of Duty as well. The market's changed, so there is more to do. People move away very quickly, and then you're sitting there with your 1.5 billion based on lies, and there comes a time when also the community is going to be extremely fed up. So I made a video the other day that Call of Duty is not a AAA game anymore. It's not. And this proves it again. It's not helping anything. It's not revitalizing anything. It's not adding anything. And I can see more and more people being disappointed again in this franchise and not receiving what they expected to receive. So always very curious about your opinion, guys. What do you think? Is this meaningful content? Are you happy? Are you playing it? What is your opinion about franchise? Where in what state is in? And are you actually looking forward for Sledgehammer? I'm not. I'm really concerned on what we're going to get there with Sledgehammer coming up, and that's also weird. This is the first time we're getting new maps. But the hype train is already leaving the station in a couple of months for the new Sledgehammer game. And why are we still playing this? I don't know. I will never abandon Call of Duty, of course, but we're not being taken seriously as a community. And with Sledgehammer coming up, they just poured out the biggest turd in history with Vanguard. It's going to be hard. I'm really concerned, and I'm really curious about what you guys think. But for now, I'm going to make some dinner, and I'll see you all soon on the battlefield, guys.